Good rising, one and all. Good afternoon to everyone else, and good evening to my international crew. Hello, everyone. Town halls are going. We have one more. Hello, welcome in. I apologize for the glasses. I've been looking at 4 or 5 screens now for 4 days straight, all day long, with a light in my face. So it's been taking a toll, and my toddler is teething. He's got 3 molars coming out. So I'm kind of sleep deprived, and I'm seeing double without these screen glare protections on. Ugh, that's a mouthful. Let's see. What are we talking about today? I gotta work, geez. Today we're talking about advocacy, DJ. We're talking about advocacy. So if you can put the phone down and still work, or put the phone on the side and put it on your car speaker to listen in, I would love to have you. And today, yes, we are talking about advocacy. This morning, Pink Boots got a brand new member, and she is a woman of color who is looking to get into the industry. And I'm not going to blast anyone's private information here, but the first question she asked upon joining was, what do I need to do to move forward in this industry? And this is not about advocacy. This is about encouragement. And I just encouraged her to be in the room, to be in whatever room she wants to ultimately be in, to get in there now. That is the key to breaking into this industry, is to be in the room. Don't sit in your house behind a book. Okay, don't sit in your house behind a screen. Yes, I know I'm doing that, but get in the room. Get in the room any way you can. And if that means being in your house on a Zoom meeting or in a society website, get in that room and start talking to people who are doing what you want to do. People are inherently kind. People are inherently open. People are inherently wanting to talk about themselves. And so if you're in the room and you're asking people questions about themselves and their work, especially if there's beer involved, they're going to be all too happy to talk to you about what they're doing. I apologize for the sideways tilt here. I'm going to be saving these town halls, both the private town halls and the public town halls, so that I can post them up on YouTube, so that you guys can have access later and you can share with friends and family and coworkers about what has happened this week, because I definitely want this work to keep going on. I was asked today, what if you don't win the Pink Boots board? Well, this work continues through Beers Given. I'm going to be doing the work regardless. Beers Given is just the prototype, the foundation for the work that needs to be done. And if Pink Boots Society wants that work, they are welcome to it. But that's up to the voters. If another society wants that work because Pink Boots doesn't, then I'm willing to have that conversation. Beers Given is but a campaign. Okay, it's part of something larger, and it's not something that I can do by myself. So with that said, talking about encouragement, let's look and see what you guys are chatting about down here. You're working too, so you might have to come to the midnight one. Oh, the midnight one was this morning. Oh, it was Wednesday midnight for Eastern. So the midnight one was technically last night. I was looking for you. I was hoping I was going to see you. Today was 8 a.m. So today was 12 a.m. on the East Coast, 9 a.m. on the East Coast, and 3 p.m. on the East Coast. And then the town hall meetings will be edited together and put on YouTube. So you won't be missing out, just not on the talking part. But you can post questions if you have questions. And you want me to talk about it here on IG, or you want me to talk about it in the town hall later this afternoon, I will definitely bring up your question in the town hall. So it will be recorded, and I will definitely shoot you that video so that you can get your answer, or probably DM you. Either way. Let's see. I know time zones are kind of strange. I'm getting used to it myself. If I make it on this board, I will be talking in international time because it is a global society. So I do apologize for any miscommunication or misunderstanding when it comes to the time zones and the time frames. I'm going to be using military time and I'm going to be using UT time. That way there's no confusion on what's happening and when it's happening, especially in this virtual world. I feel like we all need to get on one time zone, just one time. Like if it's 1200 hours somewhere, it might be daylight one place, it might be night, dark in another place, but we're all on 1200 hours. It'll make being a global society that much easier. But let's see, let's continue what's going on down here. Tell her to go be social and go places and converse with people. Yes, that's what I was telling her to do. I was telling her to no longer think of herself as a consumer. Get from in front of the bar and get in the back in the plant. Go where you want to be and talk to people there. Walk in, not like you own the place, but walk in like you were invited in and start talking. And what you'll find is no one's going to turn around at you and send a lynch mob after you. I think a lot of people are scared because they think that they're going to be booted out. You won't be. This is a community that is inherently open and is built on sharing. If you walk in there and employees see you walking in, they're going to say hello. I walk into brew houses all the time where people don't know my name, don't know my face, and they say hello. And they start talking to me and I start talking to them. And it's only until the person who I'm there to see comes out that folks realize, oh, she wasn't here for me or anything else. So, for all they know, ownership sent you, management sent you to learn. And that is how you get your foot in the door, by walking in. It's so simple, so easy. So yes, go places. What about us that are working full-time jobs and want to be part of the diverse homebrewing community? Oh, interesting. So when it comes to homebrewing, I can't say that I know much about that world. I support the professional side of craft beer. If you want to get more into home brewing, I recommend that you look up the AHA. Let's look this up. Let's bring it up here. National Homebrew Association, right? Why are my fingers not working? I'm so tired. Okay. All right. So if you want to get involved in the greater homebrew community, for those of you who are working, I recommend that you go to the homebrewersassociation.org. I'm not affiliated. Well, technically I'm affiliated with them now because I am going to be hosting the November 7th National Learn to Homebrew Day here at Kiddo Family Ranch. So those of you who are in the Texas area, put that on your schedule. For those of you who are traveling for beer at this time and are looking for a destination to add to your roster, please add airport code DFW for November 7th so that you can get down here to Grandview, out to the Kiddo Family Ranch, and join us for the National Learn to Homebrew Day event here at the Kiddo Family Ranch. Last year, November, we did the welcoming portion of Beers Giving, where we had folks in the industry come out for a beer dinner so they can enjoy what they work within. And it was good. It was good. And this year, instead of doing an industry specific or a private industry event, we're doing a public event for both industry professionals and amateurs and homebrewers and consumers, so that you all can get out and you can meet and greet. And for those of you who are comfortable, I don't know if there's going to be a virtual version yet. I'm hoping that a photographer, film editor will be interested in joining the team so that we can have coverage, because I don't know if I can do it all in that day. So yes, if you're interested in greater homebrewing community, go to homebrewersassociation.org, where you can sign up, become a member, and you can search chapters nationwide. And there are a lot of chapters all around. And if there's not one near you, I recommend you start your own. If you're working, start a homebrew club that works with your hours, because you're going to find that there are going to be other people who maybe want late night brew days or weekend brew days or holiday only brew days, and you can build that community. And if you need help, and if you start a community and you need help building the community, reach out to me. All right, I'm here for you. I want to help. Guess you're gonna stay. Yay! Hold on. Pink Boots is global society, and we are just now having our first POC on the board. When was this group created? That is a good question. That is a question I've been asking myself for the longest. And I have not had the time to look it up because I've been asked all these other questions. So let's see. Pink Boots Society start date. Pink Boots Society. Type Danny Boots Society. 2007. Pink Boots was founded in 2007. And yes, Pink Boots Society is a global society. And yeah, we don't have any POCs on the board. Through these town halls, I have been meeting expats and learning about women who are leaving the country and continuing their career outside of the US and taking their Pink Boots membership with them. I've learned about chapters internationally and the fact that they're growing Pink Boots in their country, in their city, in their town. It is a global organization with one board representing the globe. And so, yeah, it is a big deal, I think, that this global women's organization doesn't have diversity. But we're not going to fault them because they have made the determination this year that they want to rectify that and they want to do the work to make that change. And that's why I'm running. I'm running because they said they want to change it. And if you want to change it, I don't know no better person than me to change the shit, to switch it up, make it spicy. So let's see what else we got here. Another thing, since I'm interested in meads and ciders, there is not a lot of diverse folks that brew. Because of you, I've been able to meet more folks. Yay! And there is a lot of people, I'm telling you, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of diverse people who are doing these things. They're doing it in their kitchens. They're doing it with their moms, with their aunts, with their great aunts and their great grandmothers. We just don't talk about it in the same terminology that's used in the professional sphere. My family has been brewing for generations. I shout out to Ashley in Vegas. Her family has been brewing as well. And, you know, we were just talking yesterday about tepache. Tepache is a type of brew. We're going to call it beer because it's not a recognized separate style. It legally falls into the beer category. Tepache is a style of beer that is brewed in Central America. In the East, we call it pineapple wine. In the West, we call it tepache. But it's all the same. It's fermented pineapple that uses a specific strain of yeast that comes from the skin of the pineapple. And so what you're gonna find when you start to step out there and put yourself in the room and talk to more people is that we're all doing this. We just call it by different names. Another name that's interesting, we make aloe wine. So in the East, we say aloe wine. In the West, we say pulque. And aloe wine or pulque becomes, guess what? Tequila. So beer becomes whiskey and pulque or aloe wine becomes tequila when distilled. So you're going to find when you start talking to folks that there are a lot of connections. It's a web. It's a web. There are a lot of connections out there that we're not even talking about. And that is my work. My work is to talk about these indigenous American brews and bring them to light, to build advocacy for what Americans have been doing, indigenous Americans, Native Americans have been doing outside of the German beers and your Marzens and your Oktoberfests and your Belgians. Outside of that, what we've been doing in this industry and bring that to light. And so I hope that you continue to follow along, ask me questions, and get yourself into Pink Boots. Let's talk about how we can get you in there, because you are a brewery in planning and you need these connections so that you can build and grow and create representation where none exists. Let's see. Can you zoom that event? Yes. So so in terms of zooming the National Home Brew Day, I would like to, but to be honest with you, this is an outreach to all of you out there. I'm looking to build a team for National Learn to Homebrew Day because it's not something that I can do by myself. I'm running this campaign on shoestring and lots of coffee and lots of smoothies with moringa, fresh moringa leaf, moringa seed, moringa spagyric. I'm pumping my body full of super nutrients here just to keep going. I'm really going to need help. I would love to have it on Zoom. I would love to have a camera crew. I would love to have a photographer for that day so that we can properly document and record it. I have gotten pushback from people in the community who's saying that Beers Given isn't doing enough, that Beers Given isn't doing the work, it's not having an impact. And that's because I'm one person. I'm one person without a team. I haven't received any sponsorship or grants because of what happened with COVID. And so I'm just doing the best I can. And a lot of the conversations and work that I'm doing is happening offline. And that's no excuse. So if you all out there truly believe in the work that I'm doing, please, I invite you to come along, bring your skill sets, and let's get this message out to the world. But I would love to Zoom it. You're gonna finally come to the ranch. Yes, come to the ranch. Come see my bunny. I'm running a bunny ranch out here. I'm actually looking for more bunnies. I have a buck right now who is coming of age, and I'm seeking a doe for him as well as a proven pair, so that I can get some bunnies hopping all over the place. We actually had a wild bunny come by yesterday. We've had some wild bunnies come and keep Tom Bradley company ever since his doe, Bella Augustus, passed away. And they just showed up on the land after she died and have been keeping him company and talking to him, I guess, the way rabbits talk to each other. And we kind of interrupted their meeting yesterday. So, yeah, it's interesting watching animals out in the wild and here on the ranch, how they interact with one another, how they support the land, how they support each other, how they interact with the children. It's absolutely amazing. And I cannot wait to share my Bunny Ranch brewery with the world. Just the King has got goats. We've got sheep and bunnies. So yes, please do come out to the ranch, and I look forward to having you out on the 7th. And if there's any way, shape, or form that you, DJ, can help and be involved, I would love your assistance. I know that you have expert experience in running festivals with Martin House. If Martin House would like to be involved in any way, shape, or form, be it donation, sponsorship, or coming along, bringing a crew, I would love to have you guys out. That would be absolutely amazing. I know that you had talked about us working together in the past as in earlier 2020. Maybe this is a way. Maybe this is a way that Martin House would be interested. Maybe. And if not Martin House, maybe the team. The men and women of Martin House who are diverse and open and inclusive. Maybe this is a way for you all to come out as a collective and show support for what's happening in the industry so that by November 2020, we can achieve the goal of truly diversifying craft beer within 1 year. November is our 1 year professional anniversary, and February will be our 1 year public anniversary. So let's make that happen. Hate that I missed the Beers Giving. Oh, Beers Giving is ongoing. It's ongoing. It's not something that you can miss. It's happening right now. And the fact that you've been a part of these IG town halls means that you're a part of it. Sending a message in the chat here, that's a way of being a part of it. Constantly talking to me, having conversations with me. When you came and picked me up that day at Petticola's, and took me around to different breweries that I'd never been to before, that was Beers Giving. That was professionals mentoring each other and broadening the horizons within craft beer. Taking me into those breweries where I didn't know I was welcome and immediately creating a sense of welcomeness. That, DJ, that was Beers Giving happening in real time. And that was you being a facilitator of the welcoming portion of Beers Given, as well as the mentorship portion of Beers Given. So you are very much a part of Beers Given. You haven't missed it at all. Thanks for the tips. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. How do you start chapters? Is the information online? Yes. So if you want to start your own homebrew chapter, you would go to that website and they will give you the information. They actually give you outlines. They give you lists of how to do things. Where's my list? Here. I have a list somewhere. So they actually give you a whole list of what you need to do. So something that you guys might want to look up or look into is called an SOP. You want to look for SOPs, which is standard operational procedures, when you're looking to get something started. You do not need to start from scratch. The information is out there. It's been written down. It's been codified, and you can step into a professional role immediately simply by looking up SOPs, studying them, and implementing them. Now, yes, you might be in training. Yes, you might be a rookie. You might be an amateur. But because you are doing the work, it automatically makes you that thing. All right. It's not that difficult. It's not like going to college where you got to wait 4 years. No, as soon as you step into it, as soon as you start doing the work, you are that thing. For instance, my daughter is an astronaut. Yes, she is. She is a wildlife biologist. Yes, she is. She studies animals in nature. We go on safari regularly. And she is currently building out her own YouTube channel that's about animal facts. It's called Fact Animals. It's a series that she's doing on the Kiddo Family Ranch channel. And that makes her automatically a wildlife biologist. Now, is she an expert in her field? No. Is she a grandmaster? No. But she's working toward it. And that's because she put one foot in front of the other. And she's doing that work. She's studying, things from outer space. She's studying science and technology. So she's doing the groundwork now to get to the point where she is an exobiologist, a xenobiologist studying life outside of planet Earth. Whew. Anyway, so I say all that to say that you don't have to start from scratch. You're not alone. Resources are there for you. And if you don't know where, just hit me up and I'll point you in that direction. So starting a chapter is as easy as saying, I have a chapter. What's the name of your chapter? It is XYZ chapter. Good. What is the email address? This is the email address. When are you going to meet? Write all that down. Go to the homebrewersassociation.org, register, and put down all that information. And when people in your area are looking for homebrew chapters to belong to, you will be on the list. That is you being in the room. That is you advocating for yourself and people like you who might have weird working hours or who don't know how to connect with others. Just put yourself out there, be in the room, and people will show up. The saying is, build it and they will come. And now more than ever before, it is so easy to build it because all you need is an email address and a registration on a list, and you're there. You are there, and people will come and find you. And then advocate for yourself, promote for yourself. And we're going to get into how important advocacy is in just a moment. So I will give them a fist for trying to do better. Fist up for trying. Yes, Pink Boots trying. And I will say this: when it comes to Pink Boots trying, it's up to the members. This is a member-run organization. It can't be forced, okay? Today is the closing day of elections. There are 27 women on the ballot. There are not that many diverse women, diverse in terms of lived experiences and identity. There are not that many. So the next board could actually continue to be a white female-run board. It's up to the members. It's up to what the members who are paying their dues truly want. And if they're not ready for someone as radical as I, who is trying to diversify within a year, maybe they want to go at a slower pace, then that's what it's going to be. So we'll see. But for trying, for making the statement that they're interested. Okay, still need my superfruit, Mama Jam. Ma'am, I got it for you. We just need to link up. I was trying to link up with you that Friday before my husband got shipped off to Korea. He will be back shortly, and so we can link up then in October, because we got a lot to talk about. So I've got a big old box of moringa powder for you. My crops are like 8 feet tall right now, so I got fresh leaf for you, and I've got seeds for you. So I've got it waiting for you, DJ. Got to get on that moringa. If y'all don't know what moringa is, y'all got to get up on that. I'm doing a whole moringa smoothie series right now through my energy plane. So please go and check that out. It's also on Kiddo Family Ranch YouTube. We've got videos about creating moringa recipes. And on Island to Island Brewery, we've got the moringa beer creation story up there. So we're doing a lot of work in moringa. So Kiddo Family Ranch has its first crop to produce moringa beer for Island to Island Brewery and any brewery that is interested once we have the style locked down. Let's talk over beer. That beer I owe you. Yes. And in October, I won't be on my fast anymore. I've been fasting all of August and September from beer and alcohol. So October, I'll be back on my drinking. Ah, shucks. Black man blushing. Blush on. All right. So thank you guys for your questions and comments in the feed down below. I really do appreciate them. There's a question thing here on IG Live that I would like to test out. So please, if you have questions, just click that question mark down at the bottom and leave me a question for a Q&A session at the end of this town hall. And then I will bring them up into this afternoon's town hall because I have a meeting to go to, an interview to go to soon. So let's talk about advocacy, right? Today I want to talk about advocacy in this public forum and the importance of advocacy and the importance of Pink Boots opening up its society to more women. And there are other organizations that have been created, like shout out to Craft Women Connect, shout out to Fermenta. These are organizations that have been created because they did not feel welcome, because they did not have a space for them at the table in established organizations. And I want to reach back to these organizations and see if we can't collaborate in some way, shape, or form, because advocacy is necessary, right? These are the thoughts that I've been having this morning after talking to these women in these town halls. How can we build up the current membership? How can we provide value to the current members if we're leaving out the very women who are going to advocate for us? And what do I mean by advocacy? Advocacy is twofold. One, it's standing up for injustices, and one, it's standing up for representation to exist, okay? If we are working professionals who are taxed to the max, and we don't have time to advocate for ourselves, but there are women out there who can advocate for us because it is their job, because they are podcasters professionally, because they are writers professionally, because they are publicists professionally, right? How can we get to that next level if we are not welcoming to them, if we're not bringing them into the fold? These are women who can stand up for us and speak for us and support us by making women in beer a thing. I've said this before, women in beer is not a new thing. We've been here. The problem is the camera focused in a different direction. It wasn't focused on the work that women were doing. It wasn't focused on the fact that women existed in craft beer. And when I spoke to Laura from Interboro, shout out to Laura, what she said to me was that she recognized that she was not advocating for herself. People don't know about her and her work because she did not have the time to advocate for herself. And there are women out here who could be advocating on her behalf. I'm advocating on her behalf right now. Interboro Brewery and Distillery is owned and operated by a woman. an amazing woman who's also the mother to 2 amazing boys. That is a lot of work. She's got a work husband and she has a life husband. And she is out here supporting 4 of these men full-time, and even more by extension as the boss lady in charge of Interboro. She's out here working for these people, and there's no one advocating for her. And she doesn't have the time to advocate for herself. And that needs to end in 2020. And the way that we see to that ending, the way that we see to advocacy becoming a thing, is by opening up ourselves and being more welcome and inviting to women who are trying to break in, who are seeking a path to professionalism. See, it's all connected. It's all connected what I'm running on. Leadership and representation is about showing what is possible, about creating a path toward professionalism, and then advocating for it. That is my platform. That is what I'm running on. That is how I am going to take the 4 tenets of Beers Given and marry them into the 4 tenets of Pink Boots to assist, to inspire, to encourage, and to educate by welcoming, by educating, by mentoring, and by collaborating. And all of this together needs to happen with consideration for mental health. And that's what we're going to talk about later on today, if my teething toddler gives me time, to wrap up this very interesting election, this very interesting campaign, and this sleep-deprived little lady. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. For those of you who came on the live and who had to leave because you were working and sneaking a peek, I thank you so much for coming in and listening as much as you can and sharing as much as you can. And also, thank you for those of you who are watching on the replay. This will also be uploaded to YouTube on Beers Given channel, so that if you missed out, you can watch the full public and private town halls. The private town halls will be edited for the protection of women who are discussing sensitive topics. The public ones will be fully available. Like I said, women are going through some things that are not for public conversation, and that's why advocacy is important to me. That's why privacy is important, and that's why you might not all see the work that I'm doing. I'm not as popular as some people because it's not all peachy keen. It's not all the stuff you want to hear about all the time. But it's work that needs to be done regardless. So I will see you in the town hall on Zoom. If you are a woman in Pink Boots, if you're a woman looking to get into the industry, if you're a woman who is on the fence about Pink Boots, if you're a woman who's just curious about my platform and you want to ask questions in the town hall, come through. The meeting ID is 3H35507311. The passcode is Town Hall. It's also in my stories and on my feed, in the recent post on my feed. So definitely go check out the stories. Like and share the posts. If you can't vote, yes, you can. It might not be on the ballot officially, but you can vote by reposting and sharing all of these, any of these campaign images and stories, because when you share, you're basically helping to raise greater awareness for the work that I'm doing on trying to get into this board. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will talk to you on the flip side. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace out, Cub Scouts.